On June 15, 2025, the Middle East changed overnight. Under darkness, Israel launched Operation Damocles, a massive aerial assault targeting Iran's nuclear program. 50 Israeli jets, including F-35S and F-15S, struck key sites: Media Group, Israeli F-35 and F-15 fighter jets in flight, aerial view of military aircraft, stock video of jets flying over arid terrain at stock at distribute_equally, Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan. Their mission: cripple Iran's nuclear infrastructure and send a clear message. The world watched as explosions lit up Tehran and decades of covert conflict erupted into open war. Israel stayed silent, letting the devastation speak. Iran, caught off guard, scrambled to assess the damage as state media downplayed the attack. This was more than a military strike. It was a declaration that Israel's red lines were real. Years of warnings had become reality, forever altering the region's strategic balance. The risk of a wider war loomed as the world held its breath. Israel's success depended on neutralizing Iran's air defenses. Iran's Russian-made S-300S and homegrown missiles should have made the skies impenetrable. But Israeli cyber attacks, Mossad sabotage, and electronic warfare blinded Iran's radar and crippled command centers. Stealth F-35S led the assault, followed by F-15S with bunker busters, while drones relayed real-time intel. Over 120 missile launchers were destroyed, granting Israel air superiority. Natanz and Isfahan suffered heavy damage, but Fordow's deep bunkers survived mostly intact. The operation exposed both Israel's reach and the limits of conventional force. Some of Iran's nuclear assets remained out of reach, setting the stage for future conflict. Competing narratives quickly emerged. Israel and the US claimed a decisive victory, insisting Iran's nuclear program was shattered. Iran dismissed these claims, showing images of minor damage and vowing rapid repairs. The IAEA confirmed severe hits at Natanz and Isfahan, but Fordow was largely untouched. Intelligence agencies estimated Iran's program was set back months, not destroyed. Experts warned the attack might push Iran to pursue a bomb openly as a deterrent. The world was left in suspense. Was this the end of a crisis, or the start of something worse? The true impact remained shrouded in uncertainty. The strikes brought terror to Iranian cities. Over 220 killed, thousands injured, and panic in the streets. Civilians fled Tehran, highways jammed, and the government cut internet access to control chaos. In Israel, Iran's retaliation came swiftly. Hundreds of missiles and drones targeted cities. Israel's defenses intercepted most, but some broke through. 24 civilians killed, hundreds wounded. Daily life halted, schools closed, hospitals moved patients underground, and air raid sirens became routine. Both nations' civilians paid the price for a conflict once fought in the shadows. The war's human toll was undeniable, with fear and loss on both sides. The line between battlefield and home had vanished. Ordinary people now bore the brunt of geopolitical rivalry. The strikes shattered the region's fragile order. Direct conflict between Israel and Iran ended decades of shadow war, killing hopes for diplomacy. The US backed Israel, while China and Europe urged restraint, deepening global divisions. Oil prices soared, and attacks on energy infrastructure threatened the world economy. The conflict moved beyond military targets to economic warfare. Iran's nuclear ambitions were delayed, not destroyed, and enmity only deepened. The Middle East now teeters on the edge, locked in a dangerous balance of terror. The legacy, a region transformed by fear, uncertainty, and the specter of a wider war.